Hello, guys. Welcome to the next episode. This time we are going for training number 9. So, take a look, shall we? To the Moon Part 1. This tutorial will introduce you to the flight outside of Kerbin's sphere of influence at the most basic level, flying to the Moon. So, this was- Here we are. Welcome to the first in the series of lessons designed to prepare you for flight in and around Kerbin's local system. I've been inspired by that famous work of Jules Kerman, From Kerbin to the Moon. We'll take a leaf out of his book and go one better by returning as well. In our first lesson, we will be starting from LKO, low Kerbin orbit, and traveling to the Moon, ending in low lunar orbit. I'm going to assume you've completed the flight tutorials preceding this as well as orbiting 101. But if not, you really should go do them first. An important part of flight between celestial objects is the transfer orbit, which basically means an orbit used to change between two orbits. In our case, the periapsis of our orbit will be very near to Kerbin, and the apoapsis will extend to just beyond the Moon's orbit. Interplanetary trajectories are much the same, but on a much larger scale. Now press M key to go into map view so we can get an overview of Kerbin's local system. Okay, so this is Kerbin. We are going to the Moon. This is the Moon. And there was another one, yes. Minmus over here. So we're going to the Moon. Okay. To perform a successful transfer, you'll need to arrange for your ship and the target to arrive at the same place at the same time. If you really know what you're doing, you can calculate your own transfer orbit on the fly, or you could try eyeballing it. However, it's much easier to use maneuver nodes, so let's do that now. Click anywhere on your orbit, then click Add Maneuver. Do note that when playing a career mode game, maneuver nodes will not be immediately available. You will have some facility upgrades to do before you have access to them. Ah, yeah, okay. Well, no problem. So, click anywhere, add maneuver. Maneuver nodes let you plan. Let's pause. Maneuver nodes let you plan orbital maneuvers ahead of time, and most importantly, you can do so without wasting precious propellant. As you can see, maneuver nodes have six handles. Yeah. The green ones are prograde and retrograde to enlarge our orbit until we reach the Moon. The purple ones, normal and anti-normal, and the blue ones are radial in and radial out. I'm not going to go into detail about these right now because these are the same vectors and on the nav ball you saw on orbiting 101 tutorial. For now, just remember that prograde and retrograde help you grow or shrink your orbit, and normal and anti-normal help you tilt it. You don't need to tilt it. Resume flight because our orbit is the same as the Moon's orbit around Kerbin, so we don't have to tilt it. We do, however, need to make it bigger. Oh wow! Oh, first thing. You can click and drag the different handles to see how a burn made in that direction for that duration would affect the result orbit. In our particular case, we want to bring the apoapsis up just enough to intercept the Moon's orbit at a point around 45 degrees ahead of Moon's current position. If your trajectory is correct and the orbit line will shift colors, if your trajectory is correct, the orbit line will shift colors when it gets close to the Moon. This indicates the point where your ship will transition from influence of Kerbin's gravity to that of the Moon. The region in which the pull from that body's gravity is strongest is its sphere of influence. or SOI. In real life, the gravitational influence of all planets and moons matter too. Yeah, let's get to it then. With the handles showing, you might need to click on the node to make them appear. Pull the prograde handle until your post-maneuver orbit reaches as high as that of the moon. But going that high is not enough to achieve an actual encounter. As I said before, timing also matters. So you may also need to move the node itself until you get an interception SOI change with the mun. You can do this by clicking on the inner circle of the node and dragging it forward or back along the line of your current orbital path. Don't forget that you can zoom the camera back to see a wider region of space. And if you want to start the burn planning over, you can delete the maneuver node and create a new one from scratch. To delete the node, right click the maneuver node while it's open and then click on the red delete icon. You can also click on the next orbit or previous orbit buttons if you want to move the node forward or backward back in time by a whole orbit. Very useful if it gets by mistake. Behind you by mistake. Okay. So move. Smaller, 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 smaller. Oh, yeah, a little bit smaller. Stop. Do it like this. We've got an encounter 45 degrees, that's 90 degrees. We want an encounter here somewhere. Oh, wait. Okay. Right? You said 45 degrees, a little bit further. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, we can click next, so we've done something good. There we go. You've planned a Trans-Munar injector maneuver. Your post-maneuver orbit will enter the Mun's sphere by influence. Oh, wait. Escape. So we won't pass the point. There are a few things to notice now. So bring up your nav ball. You will find a few indicators and displays that weren't there before you added the maneuver node. We saw these during the Go for Orbit tutorial too, if you remember, but allow me to refresh your memory. The bar on the right is graphical depiction of the velocity change, delta V for short, this one. Required to perform the burn you've plotted. Below that you will also uh, Below that you will also see the approximate time necessary to make the maneuver and the deplete that graphical display of the burn. A new timer also counts down to the moment your ship will reach the maneuver node. You can speed up time to get to the burn position faster by clicking any point on the orbit beyond the maneuver node, then clicking warp to next maneuver. Do that now. If for some reason your maneuver node gets messed up or you delete it, just replot a new one since it's only a planned simulation of a burn. You haven't lost anything. Yeah, okay. Resume. What did we have to do? Right. Zoom a little bit. We're here, and we have here's this is our maneuver. So somewhere here, right click, no left click, warp to next maneuver. So now he's going over here. Okay, now he's slowing down. So escape. There we go. You've planned the Trans-Munar injector maneuver. Your post. Oh, we've already done that. Bup. All right. Um, he's going to say that our burn is 1 minute and 9 seconds, and we should. That's 70 seconds. That's 35 seconds. Half. We should start burning at minus 35 seconds, and then until plus 35 seconds, 34 seconds. That's what he's going to say. Resume flight. Burn is with full throttle Z and zero throttle X. Okay. Can't we go any faster? A little bit faster. Oh, stop. Maneuver. We're getting close to the maneuver time. There is no final step to take. Escape. Wait for it. We're getting close to the maneuver time. There's no final step to take before performing the burn. You need to point your vessel down the planned vector, represented by the blue cross or an arrow pointed. Okay, we have to enable. Oh, enable. Oh, yeah, this and the cross maneuver mode. Okay, and wait again. Once oriented, you can worry about the burn. Here's an expert tip. Look at the burn time estimated, half it, and start your burn when the minus timer reaches that number. If your burn time is 20 seconds, say start burning at T minus 10 seconds. This is because the maneuver node assumes an intentuous burn. So if you average the burn around it, it precedes a more accurate burn orbit than if you only start burning at the time of the node, so the average point is later. Sometimes your estimated time will display NA, an instant of full throttle thrust burn towards the maneuver icon will reset this number without changing your current orbit enough to be a problem. In our example, applying this tip means you should start your burn about when the countdown timer reaches T minus 35 seconds. That's a better. Uh, it says 30. It says minus 40, but 35 is better. Minus 37. So we are going to burn. Nah, 35. What? 36. Okay. We are at the blue cross, and now we should see our orbit increasing until it will reach this line. The burn time is still 40 seconds. Our orbit is enlarging until it reaches the month. Until it will go in 25 seconds. Ready, press X when the timer hits 0. Stop this. I think we're good. A little bit more. Oh, I'm over it. But our, yeah, it's okay. Trajectory to the button is still correct. Okay, good. Escape. Good work, but you may have noticed your actual orbit is not exactly the one you had planned. This is because real burns are never intentuous. However, close enough is good enough, as long as the trajectory markers are showing that we got a Mun encounter pretty close to the one we wanted. If you are not quite satisfied with your Munar interception, you can still fine tune it a bit by making small burns in various directions. Prograde or count. Yeah. But careful not to overdo it. A counter burn can undo a goof, but you still don't want to be wasting fuel. Yeah. Now we'll wait for you to be sucked up by the Mun's gravity. But since that can take around 6 hours, you'll probably want to use the warp here trick like we used before, or plan a plain old time warp to shorten the wait. Try warping to just inside the Mun's SOI. Okay. How do we do this? right? No. Left click, right click, left click. Warp to next maneuver. I didn't plan a maneuver. Help? Not sure. Can we set as target? Oh, no. Yeah. Add a maneuver. Wow. No, 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 no. This one. Oh. Oh, and now past it. Oh, right click it. No. Give me good view. This one. Warp here. Oh, okay. Ah. Okay, warp here. Going fast. So this takes 6 hours? Damn. Okay. Ready to make. Okay, warp time warp complete. So we are still going, just slow. The moon will be here. We will be in the moon's gravitational right about here. Okay. Good work. But you may have noticed your actual or okay, we've already got that. Warp here. Come on. Now. Now what do we do? Just wait. Can I add a maneuver? Yeah, I have. Okay. Warp here. Slowly. Oh, oh. Just stop, 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 stop. Okay. You are now in the Mun's sphere of influence, and the Mun's is the only gravity affecting the motion of your ship. But you're on an escape trajectory relative to the Mun, which means that you are moving too quickly to orbit the Mun. If you didn't do anything, you'd whiz and past it and escape. You will need to slow below escape velocity, burn retrograde at periapsis in order to be captured and inserted into lunar orbit. Remember the orbit 101 tutorial is best to change your apoapsis at periapsis. Yeah, okay. And capturing is effectively changing your apoapsis from something far beyond months SOI to a height that never leaves months SOI. So we will perform that maneuver at periapsis. At periapsis. Okay, but I feel we're going fast. Okay. If your periapsis is hiding under the moon's surface, that means you will crash unless you do something. You can fix this by creating a maneuver about halfway to the moon or even earlier, and then adjust either of the blue handles radial in or radial out to shift the periapsis to the altitude that you want it to be, say 50 kilometers. Execute that maneuver if necessary, and will continue. It is necessary. Oh, 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 stop, stop, oh, stop, 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 stop. Okay. Now, we have to burn retrograde. Definitely. I'm going to, well, this is where we're going. How high is this? 263,000 meters. So we have to get this to 50,000. So we are going to add a maneuver about here, I hope. Add maneuver, retrograde, right? Oh, something like that. A little bit less. A little bit less. Oh. This is 50,000. 45. 51. 59. 800. Okay, that's close. And then we'll adjust this one after we orb. I think. I hope. This one. We have a burn of 17 seconds. Do we have that? I hope so. What if we wait long? This won't be as much. Halfway to the month. From here, slower burn, but then no. I think it's better this. Let's try this. Here, add menu. Retrograde. Oh, nice. 280. And this is a perfect circle now. Okay. How much time? Only 15 seconds. Okay, that's better. Wait. This 40 seconds. So this is 200, 300. I'm gonna do this one. Retrograde is okay. 15 seconds. So that's T minus 8 seconds. Note. Okay. So this maneuver has been added. So now we go here, left click, warp to next maneuver. Just next. Okay, stop. Okay, and now burn. No, not yet. Stop. Okay. Whew. Thought I was too late. Nice. It'll be okay. Full retrograde. Full burn in T minus how much? 7 seconds. I hope. Yeah. Got enough fuel. We'll be using a maneuver node again to perform the capture burn and insert into Munar orbit. Wait. Escape. Add a node at periapsis. Once you've started to execute your capture burn and your velocity is a bit lower than escape, you have a reasonable Munar apoapsis and therefore are in orbit and unlikely to escape by an errant thruster fire. We'll proceed. Target 0.8 and we are at after planning maneuver 0.03. Okay. Ready to burn with Z for 13 seconds at T minus 7 seconds. So we burn. Retrograde is okay. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. A little bit, and stop. No, a little bit. Yeah, okay. This is looking good. Okay. Periapsis and apoapsis is almost the same. That's not good enough yet. We will be deleting that maneuver so we can clearly see which one we are here. Okay, 200 and 280. So it's a bit. I should burn a little bit retrograde. Retrograde. Boom. Okay, so we have 268 and 259. Okay. Now that you are not an escape trajectory, on an escape trajectory, try to get yourself into a reasonable circular orbit below at least 200,000. So just retrograde, not a maneuver, just retrograde. Okay. Well, remember, you can use yet another maneuver node if your periapsis is also higher than 200. You'll need to lower your apoapsis first to make it your new periapsis. Then burn its periapsis to lower the other end too. No, this is fine. So we retrograde against what we're going, and if we burn, we will shrink our orbit around the moon. So we still have a lot of fuel, okay? If we can get it below 200,000, that would be awesome. Then stop. And that's. Oh, I don't understand. Okay. How was it? How was it again? So when we reach this one, add a maneuver. Add it. Oh, until it's like that. 185, 140. Back. 158, 52, 157. Yeah, about that. Retrograde again. We're still retrograde. Burn 1 second. Okay, throttle. How do we. Wait. Can we do this in this tutorial? Right click the engine. Thrust limiter. I'm gonna place it at 50%. 50. Gimbal. That's okay. Do I need to adjust the other one? The other one as well. Put this at 50. Then it's 2 seconds burn. Or 3 seconds. Okay. Cool. Map again. So at this point, we are going left click, warp to next maneuver. We're going here. We are going retrograde. Oh, wait. Retrograde. Yes, and burn at T minus 1 second. Throttle with Z. And this is 3 seconds now because we only use our engine at 50% of their capacity. At 100% of capacity of the engines, it's a 1 second burn, and that's too precise, I feel. Okay, so once we are at the maneuver, minus 22 seconds, we burn for 3 seconds. At 1.5 seconds, I guess, or 2 seconds, doesn't really matter. 3 second burn. 3 second burn. Retrograde against it. Yeah, okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, more. Burn down. Okay. I think we've got it. Escape. He was. Good work. You're now in a stable circular orbit around the moon with a ship fully capable of landing. Capable of landing anyway after you decouple the transfer stage so that it's not in the way. See the Moon Part 2 for a tutorial on landing. Today, we've learned how to use maneuver nodes to plan future orbits, set out to travel to another world, and parked in orbit around it. In our next lesson, we'll cover the landing procedure, which I'm really looking forward to showing you. Landing on another body is a both exciting and terrifying experience. Yeah, you tell me about it. One small mistake, and my Kerbins are in outer space with no possible return. Ah, Whew. Which I'm really looking forward to showing you. Landing on another body is okay. So I will be seeing you later. Okay. Whew. That was it. Resume flight. We're in orbit around the moon. Finished. Thanks, guys, for watching. That was difficult. That was uh cool. Really cool. Okay. Um, this was Fadelicious signing off. Bye, guys.